and I'm on the golf course. It is warm, I'm in a t-shirt, which is good. Thunderstorms are due later though, so thought I'd get some golfing before that happens. Filmed a review this morning, so that's going well. They'll be up already on my channel, go check those out. Tons of reviews at the moment, coming every Friday. Different review of a different training aid. Running out of training aids though, so if you know any, or you are watching this and you have any, make any, or know someone that makes some, send them my way so I can get more reviews in. Other than that, going alright. Thought I would get 9 holes in, done some testing this morning, just got a new book, Better, Faster, that will be featuring a lot more in my practice and whatnot to see where I need to improve and where I don't. But other than that, life's good. I'm going to play some golf, hit some drives, sink some putts, you know, as you do, hang 10. Anyway, enjoy. Hi guys, and welcome down to episode 5 of Journey to 288. This week is fitness week, so again I've got some help from some amazing people that have given me some tips and hints about what I can work on fitness wise and golf exercises in general. So this video is going to be mainly them because you've seen enough of me in this journey. But we're getting closer, we're about a month and a week away, I think, from the start of my journey. So things are ramping up, which is good. This last week, weather's been a bit temperamental, nice sunny days and then thunderstorms. So there's a little bit of golf in here, not too much though, but I have been playing a fair bit. Had a bit of a tight back and achy shoulders and stuff like that. So trying to exercise those a little bit more with some of these exercises and like rolling them, giving massages, foam roller and stuff like that. But other than that, things are going well. So I'm going to throw it over to a few people now, and I will catch you afterwards.
Hi guys, I'm Nat from ProFit Golf Conditioning, and I put together some exercises for Craig to help him get golf fit for his 288 hole challenge. Okay, next we need to work on strengthening glutes. So with 288 holes, you need to make sure you're protecting your back by strengthening your glutes. So good glute strength in a golf swing means good hip stabilisation, which means good rotation. Good rotation means more speed means more distance. So here's an exercise to help strengthen your glutes. Take yourself a resistance band, goes around the ankles, any kind of TheraBand will do that you can tie around there. You're going to come into your golf posture, so you pull a little bit of tension on the band here. You can see that it's tight, it's not sloppy between the legs. So strong golf posture, we're going to set up as if you've got 5-iron, cross the arms over the chest, strong from the lower body, and good core brace, so abs in nice and tight. From here what we're going to do is take some steps to the right. So with each step, you're going to keep the band exactly the same distance. It looks a little bit like this. From there, you're going to take roughly 20 to 25 steps, and then you reset and come back the opposite way. Nice and smooth, same tempo each step. What you're going to find is, after a while, your butt starts burning here, right on the sides. That's the glute med that we're working, the muscle that we need to keep the hips stable in the swing, which allows this natural turn and rotation. Give it a go. Okay, so next we're going to strengthen the core, so we need to look at core exercises. So core strength's important as a golfer, as it maintains really strong postural positions. One thing that you're definitely going to need if you're walking 80 miles and playing 288 holes. So this is called power press. You need a band, tie it to something strong. Come into your golf posture, again roughly about 5-iron. Take a fist grip around the band, set yourself strong in posture here so legs are tight. One thing to really remember with this one, we need to brace the abs, so that means drawing in the belly button tight onto the spine. From here, ball to side, create some resistance where it might go your back. When you're set and you're strong, all you're going to do is press the band out as far as you can, you got enough tension? You're too close? Not a lot's happening. Okay, so last exercise I've put together for Craig is one of my favourite golf exercises. This is med ball wall throws. So we're going to use this from an endurance perspective. 288 holes is a lot of golf. That's a bit of fitness required in order to make it all the way. So we're going to use this as an endurance exercise. You need a med ball exactly like this, and one that's not going to put a hole through the wall. What we're going to do is take golf posture, hold the ball to the side, give yourself a little backswing. I'm going to throw it into the wall. It looks a little bit like this. So if you're a right-handed golfer like me and like Craig, what you're looking to do is extend straight the way through the movement. Use your legs, use your rotation in order to throw the ball straight down the line. Just like golf, if you release it too soon, you're going to throw it to the right. If you over-release, it's going to throw it to the left. 60 seconds, as many throws as you can, 60 second rest, 6 to 10 sets. Start to build up some endurance in the rotational pattern.
Hey guys, how are you doing? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carolina and I am the Fit Golfer Girl. You can find me on basically every social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter as Fit Golfer Girl. And you can go check out my blog at fitgolfergirl.com. And if you don't know what I do, I basically am a personal trainer and golf fitness coach. So what I do is that I specialize in training golfers of all ages and levels to improve their bodies and improve the way they move in a way that it translates to a better golf game. And as a result of that, that also translates to better health, a better life, and obviously a much better mood because nobody wants to be a crappy golfer. So when Craig reached out to me about making this video to help him train for this challenge, I was super excited. Craig, you're amazing. I'm so proud of you and what you're doing. I'm so happy to be a part of it. And I hope to be able to support you in more than one way. But today, I'm actually going to be teaching him, Craig, and you guys a few tips to improve your golf game. Whether you are going to be playing once a month or 2 times a week, or you're going to be playing 4 rounds in 4 days, basically the same tips apply to everybody. So number one thing, and I think this is a very common problem for golfers of all levels. I mean, like, just look at Tiger Woods. So the number one thing we need to worry when we talk about golf performance and golf fitness are the glutes. So yeah, guys, the booty, it's there, and some of us unfortunately don't know how to use it properly. And that sucks because the glutes are such a powerful muscle. And not only they create a lot of power in the golf swing, they also help us protect our lower back. It makes our core stronger. And I think that this is definitely the number one problem that I see in golfers of all levels, is that their glutes are just not working. They don't know how to work out their glutes. So Craig, and all of you that are listening, number one recommendation in order for you to stay healthy during this challenge and stay healthy during your golfing career is going to be work out your glutes. So how do you work out the glutes? Like, the first thing that's going to come to your mind are probably like squats and lunges and deadlifts, but it doesn't have to be so complicated. My favorite exercises for the glutes are some of the simplest exercises. So for example, there's one of my favorite exercises, it's called deer in the headlights. And basically you just lay down on the ground, you put your hands underneath your butt. So yeah, you're literally going to be cupping your butt. And what I want you to do is I want you to try to squeeze your butt cheeks individually. And you're going to notice that for a lot of people, this is actually super, super challenging. And that's because that connection between your brain and your butt just doesn't exist. And the good news is that that does get better. Just keep on practicing, keep on doing it every day. I always tell my clients, it's like, just lay in bed when you wake up in the morning or when you're about to go to sleep. Just give it a shot. Just try it a little bit every day and it will get better. So deer in the headlights are great. Just really focus on a nice, strong contraction of the glutes. And when you master that one, you can move on to glute bridges. So glute bridges are really, really simple. Basically, you lay down on the ground with your knees bent and you raise your hips up and down. Just make sure that you're pushing through your heels and that you're squeezing your butt as hard as you can at the top. And I have tons of other great glute exercises in my blog. So Craig, make sure you go check those out because the glutes are gonna be your best friend during this challenge. This is gonna be a lot of bending over the ball, and we wanna make sure that your glutes are nice and strong and are able to protect your lower back during this challenge. So the glutes, number one thing. By the way, the glutes are also known as the king of the golf swing for a really good reason. Great power, great stability, they're super important, and I just cannot emphasize how important they are. So, rule number one, glutes. All right, let's move on to the second most important thing to keep you healthy and strong and having fun during this challenge is going to be your core. So they say the glutes are the king of the golf swing and the core is the queen of the golf swing, which is kind of messed up because we all know queens rule the world. Just kidding. So anyways, core, it's going to be very, very important. And like I said, you know, this is going to help keep you healthy. Our number one priority during any challenge or any athlete's career is going to be to stay injury free and healthy. So the core is also going to play a huge role in making sure that your lower back doesn't start acting out, making sure that you're not having any aches and pains during your challenge, making sure that you can complete this 100%. So I recommend tons of planks, side planks, curl ups. I definitely recommend that you stay away from exercises like sit-ups or crunches just because these put a lot of compression on your spine. But there's other great core exercises that golfers can do that you can also find in my blog and that are going to be very, very beneficial. So number two, work that core. So to recap, number one, glutes, number two, the core. All right, so now flexibility is going to be very, very important, especially like I said, if we want to keep you healthy and we want to keep you, like pain-free during this challenge. And like I said, guys, this is not just for Craig, this is for everybody out there. So if you're struggling from lower back pain or if you're struggling from aches and pains, you could all really benefit from this. So number three is going to be mobility and flexibility, which are kind of like synonyms. So there's some specific muscles that happen to get really, really tight in golfers in particular. And not just in golfers, also in people that sit down a lot. So if you have an office job or, you drive, you commute a long time, you sit in the computer, or, if you just love sitting in the couch watching TV, the odds are that these muscles are going to be really tight. So we're going to start with the first muscle. It's going to be the hip flexor. So for those of you that don't know where the hip flexor is, the hip flexors are located in the front upper portion of your thigh. So when you're sitting down all day, these hip flexors are shortened and they stay short because that's in the position that they are all day long. Unfortunately, when the hip flexors are shortened, your glutes do not fire properly. And we already talked about how important the glutes are. So if your hip flexors are tight, your glutes are not working properly, that's going to lead you to injuries, lower back pain, and just many, many problems. So make sure you're stretching those hip flexors out. The second really important muscle is going to be the lats. So the lats run all over your back and on the sides of your body. And a lot of my clients have issues raising their arms overhead, probably because their lats are very, very tight. And the odds that your lats are tight too are very high. So make sure that you're stretching out those lats before and after you play. Same with the hip flexors, stretch them before and after you play and also during your workouts at the gym. And, just like you can hang from the golf cart, you can just reach up. There's many ways to stretch that. And like I said, I have tons of exercises that you can find in my blog that you can use to stretch out those lats. And number three, one of the most important and most underrated stretches in golf is definitely a chest stretch. So for the same reasons that our hip flexors get tight, our chest is also super, super tight all the time. So if we're sitting in front of the computer, now we're obsessed with phones, we're always all hunched over our devices, and that makes our chest get really tight. So this is actually really bad for our posture, and it's, when we're hunched over because of the tightness in the chest, our rotation during the golf swing gets really bad. So if we don't have the ability to rotate, we start to compensate by doing things like early extension, we lose our posture, we have chicken winging, we get flying elbows, all things that are definitely not desirable and that could possibly eventually lead to injury, which remember is our number one priority. We don't want to get hurt. So make sure you're stretching out your chest, your lats, your hip flexors, and obviously, any other areas of your body that are tight, and that's going to vary from person to person. But those are the number top three stretches that I make all of my clients do because most of us are tight in the same area. So remember that. So recap. Number 1, work out those glutes. Number 2, work out the core. Number 3, stretch, specifically the hip flexors, the lats, and the chest. And I have one more point for you. Number 4, it's going to be get yourself a foam roller. So one of my former mentors once referred to foam rolling as a poor man's massage, and he's absolutely right. So a foam roller is this cylinder thing made out of foam, and you basically roll your muscles with it. And you can lay on it, and you can just kind of grab it and roll yourself. This tool is very, very useful because it helps relieve the tension in your tight muscles. So whenever you have like knots in your back or knots in your legs, whenever your lower back is getting tight, foam rolling will always be really helpful. Just make sure that when you're foam rolling, you're avoiding like bony areas. Like if you're foam rolling your back, don't foam roll your spine, or if you're foam rolling your upper back, don't foam roll your shoulder blade. That's gonna be painful and it's really gonna do nothing. Just make sure that you're foam rolling your muscles. If you find a tight spot that's really sore and really tender, just hold it there for a second or two until it releases. And the great news about foam rolling is that the more that you do it, the less painful it becomes. So think about it as like a self-inflicted deep tissue massage that you can do really anywhere that you can get on the floor. Also, there's other tools like the tiger tail, which you can use to just roll yourself, or you can have someone else roll you. But this whole concept is known as self-myofascial release, and basically it's a massage that you inflict on yourself, and that is going to help relax those tight muscles and get increase blood flow, get rid of knots, and just a million other benefits that are going to be really good for you, especially in a challenge like this, or if you tend to be really tight. Definitely check foam rolling out. All right, so those are going to be my top 4 tips. Let me recap them one more time. Clearly I'm the queen of recaps. So number 1, work your glutes. Lots of great exercises up in the blog on how to work them. You don't have to be squatting, you don't have to be deadlifting. If your knees are bad, that is not an excuse. Go check out the blog and learn the best exercises for the glutes. Number 2, your core. Core, the queen of the golf swing. So make sure that your core is nice and strong. No crunches, no sit-ups, no need to do any of that. Just do exercises that are actually going to translate to better results in the golf course, like planks and rollouts and many others that you'll find in the blog as well. Number 3 is going to be flexibility. Don't forget, stretch all your tight areas. But most importantly, especially if you have an office job where you sit down all the time, stretch out your hip flexors. If you're having a hard time raising your arms overhead, stretch out your lats. And if you feel like you're getting hunched over, stretch out your chest. And last but not least, get yourself a foam roller and get foam rolling. Get basically a self-massage. So if during this process you feel like you're getting tight and uncomfortable and you're sore and you have knots in your back, get on the foam roller, roll for a little bit. This is going to help your recovery. This is going to prevent injuries. It's going to get rid of knots, and it's going to be really beneficial, not just for this challenge, but in real life and going forward in your fitness and golf routine. All right, guys, those are going to be my top 4 tips. If I can think of anything else, I'll make sure to let Craig know so that he lets you guys know. And Craig, again, thank you so much for having me as one of the guests in your challenge. I am so happy to be a part of such a great cause. I wish you the best luck. I know you're gonna kill it. And if you guys have any questions, don't forget, you can find me on social media and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at FitGolferGirl. And please go check out the blog for awesome exercises that are directly related to golf fitness. And the blog is fitgolfergirl.com. All right, guys. Craig, good luck. Mwah. Got this.
So that was Natalie from Pro Fit Golf Conditioning up in Manchester area, I think, up there somewhere. So some great tips from her. She has been a help on Instagram majorly, so definitely go give her a follow on Instagram. She's going to be putting up tons of more stuff golf-wise, so go give her a good follow. And if you're in that area, then go see her. She will make sure that you are fit for golf. And also Carolina, all the way from the other side of the pond. I forgot where she was from there. From America. That video was awesome. So thank you for all of those things. And again, go check her out on Instagram, her blog, her YouTube channel, her Twitter, everything. Fit Golfer Girl is an amazing account to follow. Lots of easy tips to get you fit for golf. Other than that, we just have the total to deal with, which is here. So £350. So we're getting there. Keep going and going and going. Thank you for everyone that's donated so far, and if you are watching this and haven't donated, please donate as much as you can. It is all for a great cause. Thank you for Macmillan themselves, who put a little post up on their Facebook page about me, which was awesome, so thank you for that. And we are pretty much done. Next week I am playing lots of golf and going to the Pro-Am at Wentworth for the BMW Championship, which will be absolutely amazing. Hopefully the weather will be nice and there will be lots of filming there, so there'll be a little vlog about that itself, so looking forward to that. Lots more golf, but yeah, apart from that, things are going well. I'm excited, I'm getting fitter, the golf is improving, and that is about it. So until next time, thank you again for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment below with your wishes and anything else you'd like to see in these vlogs. Hop over to my channel, give that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. Lots of reviews coming, training aid reviews, golf reviews, course vlogs coming up. I've got to email a few people actually about course vlogs, so lots more content coming. And I will catch you next time. So until then, boys.